Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. My name is JGOD. In today's video we're going to talk about how to rush smart in Call of Duty Black Ops 4. In case you missed yesterday's video, I did a similar concept video. It was more of a live comm cut. This one will be a gameplay analysis, so I can kind of walk you through my thought process and hopefully give you a bunch of tips that'll help you improve at rushing in Call of Duty. One of the biggest benefits in rushing is you can actually get a little bit better feeds where maybe you run into 2 or 3 people at once. You get the nice little flank, you come around the corner, you wipe them all out. You're using your movement to kind of take advantage of the situation. In addition to that, your reflexes will probably improve slightly, as well as your overall decision making, because you're going to be required to make decisions that much faster. But while all those things are improving, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. You're probably going to take a bunch of deaths, but over time it will eventually pay off. And from my experience, there's kind of a balancing act. You improve your KD slightly, then you improve your score per minute, then your KD, then your score per minute, then your KD, then your score per minute. And that's just a vicious cycle that continues forever pretty much. And you can continually get better, improve that KD slightly, improve the score per minute. But typically when you're improving your score per minute, your KD will probably suffer. And I know I'm talking a little bit about stats right now, but at the end of the day, those numbers are pretty irrelevant. I know when I go into a lobby how good another player is by how they move around the map, how they engage in gunfights, how I'm able to compete against them. So when it comes to that in-game EKIA and score per minute, I wouldn't really look at the hard numbers. What I really look at is that they're improving over time. So those are just a few of the things that I think are worth considering when you're talking about rushing as a playstyle. So 2 maps we'll be looking at are Hacienda and Firing Range, and the best class setup we're going to talk about is the Vapor. So let's go ahead and jump into that best class setup. And for those of you that don't know, the Vapor is actually my favorite weapon even since before the beta. And when I went ahead and checked the combat records, I found out that this weapon was actually my highest KD weapon as well. You can see right here I have a 2.43 KD and a 2.97 EKIA. And that's not even factoring in score streaks or specialists. So I actually have 2 different class setups for this one. Obviously there's a tactical stealthy one, but the one we're going to feature in today's video is more of the rusher one. Also, I have no clue how I survived this. The stim shot is such a powerful tool. You can see I get in kind of a bad spot, turn on that guy, destroy him, get the triple kill included in there with my strike team. So obviously we have the stim shot. That is a valuable resource for any rusher. Next up, you're going to want to make sure for this weapon you have the ELO sight, rapid fire, stock 1, stock 2 for that extra mobility. Then when it comes to perks, you're going to want to make sure you have scavenger, because when you're running around, you're going to be firing a lot of bullets. Even if you run crash, you can potentially run out of ammo, so having scavenger packs is a good way to go. The next essential for almost any rusher is you're going to want to have gung-ho on the class setup. There's just going to be gunfights that you win based on that fact that you do have gung-ho equipped. And a lot of times people don't realize this is when you use gung-ho effectively, you can actually treat it like a form of quick draw. Bullets are able to come out that much faster, which will make your job significantly easier. And then that last perk is dead silence. And the reason I like to go with dead silence is I don't like hearing my own footsteps. I can sound horror a little bit, and then I'm not going to give away my position when other people are running that acoustic sensor. So now let's go ahead and jump into the best part of the video in my opinion, which is the gameplay breakdown. And that's where you're going to actually get the tools to take this class setup to the next level. If you're one of those that are tuning out because you already got the best class setup, please remember to hit that like button. And if you want to find your way back to the channel, make sure you do subscribe with notifications on. So we're going to close out Hacienda, and then we're going to do the full match of Firing Range, which is incredibly fast for a TDM match. So typically an important part of rushing is you're going to have to understand the layout of the map, where the spawns are, use your streaks to your advantage, and have a good eye on the mini map to find out where your teammates are at all times. So right now we don't have much map awareness. I have a good idea that all the enemies are on the east side. You can see there's a bunch right there, but I'm going to go ahead and go for the flank. A lot of times flanks are good because then you can go ahead and go in there, get a couple kills before the people realize you're even there, and then go ahead and take them out rather quickly. My shock drone right there goes and takes that guy out. I'm on my relentless, and now I'm going to decide to push to the spawn. I have a good idea that they're all up the stairway, so I'm going to go ahead and push through, hoping that I don't get shot in the back off the spawn. My teammates win those engagements, I'm going to have a better position. So when I make this flank, there is a high percentage chance that I'm going to get shot in the back. So I got to be ready for that. I didn't push through because there's a little bit of a tripwire there. I ended up shooting this out and then take that guy out. Luckily, he was able to miss a couple shots because of the rail. And then I'm able to heal myself. The teammate does that tack boost. So at this point in the match, I'm actually 35-0. I'm running over here in this direction. I see that it's dropping the crate. I'm going to try and time it. Call my specialist ability out. The guy's right on it. He's standing next to it. I didn't really spot the guy over here by the side. By the time I turn around, I end up getting lasered. So it's just an unfortunate situation, but now let's get into the even faster gameplay on Firing Range. So throughout this one, I'm going to take you through my entire thought process so you got a good idea of exactly what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. I'm rushing here out of spawn, hoping I can catch a guy, and I'm strafing, taking advantage of that movement that I get with that stock. I peek it really quick. I see someone's on the back side. I'm rotating back around. So I'm paying attention to the mini-map. I see someone come up mid. I take that guy out. There's someone behind me, but it looks like my teammates are taking care of it. I'm peeking into the spawn. I can see someone's outside this trailer. There ends up being a lot more going on when you're actually rushing instead of just kind of posting up, getting some easy kills, going for a flank, and essentially playing safe. I know there's a bathroom spawn, but there's a little clue that happens on the mini-map that most of you guys probably missed. We're going to go ahead and rewind that, slow it down. Watch the mini-map right here. You can see a little red dot pop up for a millisecond, and this isn't super slow mode. So that's why you want to really pay attention to the mini-map. So when the guy comes around the corner, I already had a good idea of where he was. So for those of you that haven't checked out my video on people making the mistake of not looking at their mini-map, look at how big of a clue that was. This guy just came through trailer, bad timing, shoots me in the back. A little bit of a mistake. I probably could have ran through trailer. I went ahead and muted a guy there because he was kind of obnoxious on my team. He was playing loud music or whatever the case is. You guys know what that's like. So right here, I'm trying to push this engagement. I know there's two people right here. It looks like there's someone upstairs. My teammate just got killed. The guy jumped down, ends up killing me. And that's kind of a mistake on my part. If my teammate wins that gunfight, I don't die that death. But it's something that I need to be aware of. Another thing that's just happening, there's a lot going on. I'm in an engagement. I got to look where I'm aiming. I can't really look at the mini-map in that scenario. So those are some of the types of things that just happen. And the best thing to do is just brush it off and keep going forward. Right now, I know a lot of enemies are going to be in this back spawn. I pre-aimed it really quickly because sometimes people will sit on that head glitch. So a lot of times if you do that, you can win that gunfight because as they're coming around the corner, you already have that opportunity to land those shots. Right here I come out, they're just kind of camping back there. And unfortunately, this is a bad spawn. Literally the guy spawned directly behind me, did 52 damage before I could actually re-heal. And then that was the downfall of that gunfight. Right here, I'm coming through for a flank. Another kind of bad spawn that kind of is advantageous to me. I come through, get a couple headshot kills there. And now I'm just seeing what's going on. We had a UAV pass. There are a couple guys in this corner section. I want to play it aggressive, seeing exactly what's going to happen. I jump through, take this guy out. And then now I know there's another guy somewhere mid. I got to kind of rotate around. My teammate's just kind of camping in the building. It looks like he's probably going for his camo challenges, trying to get those long shots, which don't really work on this map anymore because the spawns have kind of flipped around a bit. So obviously when you're rushing, these scenarios will pop up where you do have to slow down a bit. There ends up being a guy on my right side. I get to cover a little bit, re-heal, try to re-engage, but the guy's moved on. My teammate's just sitting there like I've already talked about. Coming through, I take out the first guy, laser the second, and I'm starting to gather a streak. Cycling back through around the spawn, I can see there's two more enemies coming through here. My teammate took out one, and then the other teammate took out the other. Looking like most of the enemies are going to be coming from this lower section. You can see where they're all spawning and compare that to the mini-map. They're going to be on that lower edge on the south side of the map. And I covered a little bit of this concept in the video where I broke down Korean Savage's gameplay, where I said it's really a tale of two savages. And I think that's how most smart players will play as a rusher. They're going to be a little bit more conservative when there's no UAV. But when that UAV's in the air, they're just going to go ham and try and get as many kills as they can so they could cycle up to that next streak. Right here, I acknowledge that death skull. I back up a little bit because I don't know if someone's just pre-aiming. They could be sniping or whatever the case is. Pick up the ammo. I'm able to get a free kill in the middle. And now I'm going to rotate back around the map. I'm going to go the long way around because that's the smart play. I'm just going to run full bore. Go ahead and try and get this streak. I'm only a couple kills off. See a couple enemies here. I go ahead and try and get the assist there and clean up the second guy. And right here, I realize that I'm only 190 off that streak. So all I need to do is get one more kill. Then I can use my tack boost. That'll go ahead and cycle my streaks. And then I can really run around because while people are focused on the other streaks in the air, the strike team, whatever the case is, they're going to be distracted from me. So part one down, I got 125 points. Now I'm able to call in that tack boost, making sure that not everyone else is at 200 health. And then I can call in that strike team in the attack chopper. And you're going to see once it starts going off, now I can actually push through the spawns. Expect the spawns to flip pretty regularly because we're just going to be kind of running and gunning. And for the rest of the match, we're not going to take another death. So I'm running through. I know that there's a lot going on in this back area. My attack chopper is going in. I already established that they do not have a hacker. Come through. I know there's another guy in the back of the spawn. I take that engagement, and now I'm rotating back to the other side. And luckily this time around, I didn't get a bad spawn. I'm kind of rushing to the bathroom area, assuming that's where they're going to be. But as the UAV passes, I know that more of them are in this general area. And once you know you have total map control, you're going to be able to move freely around the map, unless there's a random bad spawn like we've already seen earlier in the match. I know there's 3 of them here. Take out this first one, and then it looks like my strike team and my teammates starts cleaning all these different people up. Strike team's in this area, so we got pretty good lockdown on this side of the map. Again, they're rotating back to bathrooms, and then I start to take engagements that maybe I wouldn't take unless I was rushing. And that's just because generally rushing is going to put you in a bad spot. So right here I'm chasing these dots on the south side of the map, and then I see they spawn bathrooms, so I rotate back because I know I have a little bit of cover. If I push through, I can get a couple kills here and rotate, kill the guys coming from the south. Go ahead and take both of those guys out. More people spawn in the bathroom, so I'm still stuck fighting off these guys. They come through, I take out the first one, I take out the second, I'm on a ruthless, and then there's still more spawning in. If I didn't call in the strike team, it makes me wonder if there would have been enough kills to go around that maybe I would have been able to get that brutal or that nuclear. But since this game doesn't have a callable nuke, it's not even something I worry about. So right here you can see I take out this guy coming through. I got the assist on that. There's more people rushing through. Take out the first one. There's more still coming out of spawn. Called in another strike team. Jump shot that guy out of the corner, and then I'm pushing, trying to get as many kills as possible, because once the streaks are in the air, you're basically chasing down those kills. 37-3, not bad. This is the point of the video where you hit that like button, because if you made it to this point, you probably enjoyed the content. And if this is your first time to the channel, make sure you are subscribed with notifications on, and that's to make sure you can find your way back to the channel, since I post Call of Duty content 7 days a week. Appreciate all your support. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.